Hey, good morning. Good Tuesday morning. Guess what, guys? Change of plans. You know, I've always said we'll do coffee and questions during the week, and then on Fridays when we do our newsletter. Well, this week we got to swap that because this sign has got to ship out of here today. You know, you guys saw that me do this a week or two ago on the newsletter. Well, I've got to ship it, and I told you guys that I would package a sign on camera. A larger sign so you can see how I go about packaging it to ship. So that's exactly what I'm going to do right now. We're going to post this on Tuesday, which normally the newsletters would be a Friday, but this week, like I say, we're swapping. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use a combination of my regular 7x28 bags and bubble wrap. This is just a bubble wrap we get down at Sam's Club. It's 12 inch wide rolls. So what I've done is I've taken the bags and I put a couple of them together, and you guys can also reference back a video I did where I packaged a big stop sign. And I'll put the number in here. So what I've done is I put together a couple of those bags. I split them open, put together a couple of those bags, and then I did exactly the same thing with the bubble wrap. I put some bubble wraps together. Now this bubble wrap's going to be big enough that it's going to go past the edge of the sign on the ends and on the, this is kind of awkward to do on camera, guys. I'm not, so kind of bear with me here. I want the plastic, I want this against my sign. I would rather that the bubble wrap didn't touch the surface of my sign, because one time I didn't do it that way. I had the bubble wrap directly on the face of the sign, and the finish was still a little bit soft, even though it was dry to my feel. It was still a little bit soft, and it ended up getting the bubble wrap pattern on the front of the sign. So that's why I don't do it that way anymore. So now I've got this basically in the center of the sign. So what I'm going to do is I've got my packing tape. Now you guys probably have your own way of packaging. I'm just obviously, all of these videos I just share with you guys what I do. So if it helps you at all, that's great. If you have your own way of doing it and you don't like my way, then you don't have to do it my way. Anyway, so the idea here is I want to give it as much protection as I can. So now what I'm going to do at the ends, I'm just going to kind of fold this up, give me a little extra protection at the end. And yes, when I put this tape in my mouth, I try not to let it touch my lips. I had somebody comment one time, do you ever lose the skin off your lips? It's happened, but I learned. Okay, so I'm doing this, guys, just kind of, I don't want this video to be super long. So now I've got it wrapped, got it pretty much protected. Now what I'm going to do is I've got a piece of 1/8 inch hardboard. This is the same stuff that we make the layout letters with. We laser cut the layout letters. And being as this is exactly 4 foot, the sign, I want an overlap on the sides. I've cut this at 14 inches, and you'll find out exactly why I did 14 inches. So I'm going to have it overlap at the end here about 1 inch or 2, and about 1 inch or 2 at this end. Now what I'm going to do, and the only reason again, all of my hardboards cut it at 4 foot, so it wouldn't be long enough to give me an overlap. So I'm just going to do this here. Now I'm going to flip that over.
Oh, your thing.
Yeah,
cool.
I knew I'd kind of lose that. But it's in place. So I've got an inch or two here and an inch or two here. Now I'm going to strap that thing on. So I use quite a bit of packing tape, as you can imagine, but I'd rather use extra packing tape and extra packing rather than having a sign get to my customer damaged. And this is going all the way, I think, to Georgia, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, that's that end. Okay. Now this, normally my signs, my small stuff especially, I normally ship priority mail, USPS priority mail. But this particular one, I'm definitely going to ship it UPS. Save quite a bit by shipping it UPS ground. Fortunately, I have here in Golden Valley, we have a kind of a business that does, they ship their own stuff UPS, but they're also like a contractor. It's not a UPS store, but they do take, for a fee, you can bring packages in there and ship on their account. All right, so there is that. Now, how am I going to box it? Well, like I said, we ship quite a bit USPS priority mail. And our USPS priority mail boxes, when we order them online, they come in cartons. That's obviously the 1095, that's the 1097. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use, and I keep these guys. Well, I don't keep all of them because we go through a lot of boxes. But what I'm going to do, I find that this one kind of slides in the others, nice and easy as you can see. Dadgummit. Of course it's kind of bent, but it does slide in there. Comic relief here. So I'm going to use a series of boxes, and then I've got another of the 1095 for this end. But how I'm going to do that, so anyway, these are the master cartons that our other USPS priority mail boxes come in. So I keep those, or I keep a bunch of them, just in case I can use them for a situation like this. Now, I've already measured this. This is 14 inches. So what I'm going to do is I am going to slide this in there. And I'm going to put that in the center. And I am going to add somewhat around the center. 15. Yeah, gotta move it that way just a little bit. And I'm going to put that in place. Now, I wanted to bring in some packing paper, but in essence, I think you guys kind of get the idea. What I'm going to do is I would rather that this had packing paper, and in this particular instance, I guess I'll just use a bunch of the bubble wrap. But you're gonna stuff this with wrap there. Make sure that again, I've got packing paper out there that I'll probably end up doing this with packing paper after I'm off camera. But that gives you an idea of how that's going to be. Then we'll slide these on, hopefully. Box is bent there. If I wasn't on camera, this would go much smoother. That I'm convinced of. this one. And from there, guys, I would just tape the heck out of it. Are you laughing at me? Shut up. It's not that damn funny. Anyway, so I will take all my gaps and I'll shove them with packing paper, because we buy that by the bundle as well on Uline. And then just tape the heck out of it. I could go ahead and actually go over the top of this, which I may do with cut some cardboard pieces and go over the top of this so you don't see this big gap here. That's probably what I'm going to end up doing. So I would cut some pieces, because those are at the end now. I would cut some pieces about 10 or 11 inches and then go with that all the way around once all of my packing. Now, actually, when I really pack this, I'm actually going to also throw some packing in the ends of these boxes. Use, again, just regular, you could use newspaper, you could use bubble wrap, you could use packing paper. I'm going to probably use packing paper because we've got a whole bale of it. But that gives you an idea, guys. And then this thing is going to ship UPS. I don't know exactly how much it's going to cost, but it's going to be a lot cheaper than if I ship it priority mail. Priority mail works really good for small packages, but for bigger packages like this, I definitely will go UPS. So that gives you kind of an idea. Now I've got, this is a really different because I've got two signs for this customer. The other sign I'm still putting a finish on. You guys will probably see that in the next day or two. But that one is like 18 inches by 2 foot. And that one, to put both of these in the same package, would just be really a nightmare for packaging. So these particular signs, which I hardly ever do, I'm going to ship them separately. If I had two 4-foot signs, two signs that were this size, I would wrap them together and I would ship them together. I've got no problem with doing that. I do that all the time, ship signs together. But this particular instance, because one of them is short, is more squarish, and this one is rectangle, it just would be a real pain in the butt to try and find a carton that would work, and it just, I don't like the idea. So I'm probably going to end up paying a few bucks more by shipping them both separately on UPS. So, if you have any questions, guys, hit me up. I'll put my email address on there. As always, you can call us. And let me know what you think. Let me know if you guys have a different way of packing that you think would be of value. Let me know. I really would like your feedback on this, guys. Let me know what you guys think. And if you've got a better way of packing these, heck, I'm open. This is just what my oaky mind devised to make work. So I guess that's it. So this is actually, again, this is a newsletter posting on Tuesday. So on Friday, we won't have a newsletter. We'll have a extra coffee and questions on Friday rather than the newsletter, since this went longer than a normal coffee and questions. So hope you guys are having a great week. We are busy, busy, busy. So we will see you tomorrow on Coffee and Questions. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.